Hello everyone, I'm BodineVictoria. Welcome to my kitchen and this is my pot. Today, I'm going to show you what a champion total this do with a case of leftover bread. BodinePot is sponsored by Showman Bistro, your friendly neighborhood meal kit Bahamas. Showman Bistro has allowed Boxy to go on a little bit of an international vacation. Now that the borders are opened up, people are getting vaccinated. And Boxy is checking out all of the different tastes to bring you a new and improved meal experience. But in the meantime, you can tune into the Showman Bistro Instagram feed for the Showman Mukbang series. They had one over the weekend. And you can also enjoy some of the initiatives that Showman is a part of. The Passion and Purpose Project, they supported that over the month of April. In addition to Miss Teen Bahamas International was at the Showman Bistro offices over the weekend. Showman Bistro doesn't just do food. Showman Bistro is about community and Bahamian families and finding ways to improve. So we want you to go to the Showman Bistro website for more information. Okay guys, so today I'm making literally a 5-minute dessert. Bread pudding. Now I'm going to be using one of the ingredients that came from the Showman Bistro Bahamian meal kit. This is the guava shells. They always give us so many things. I have depotted some of the sugar. This is how much sugar they gave us between I think 2 or 3 meal kits that you can use to make your recipe. What I could tell you, in my house, things do not waste. Food is my money and my money cannot waste. And I don't let other people money waste either. So I am known to tote from your wedding. If you paid for the food, I'm going to take it home in my Pyrex container, especially if me and the chef cool. So please be aware, your food and your money ain't gonna waste once I there. Yesterday, a family member had a salsa. Now, salsas normally have a whole lot of like Johnny bread and Johnny cake. But she had rolls made. And what ended up happening is, ain't nobody really is want rolls at a salsa. But she had like 3 cases made. So I was like, hey, cuz, what you could do with all that bread? Get your mind on the gutter, please. And she's like, well, you want some? I say, yeah. I didn't want the whole case. But knowing her and knowing me, she gave me literally a whole case of rolls. So some of these going inside the freezer, and then we're going to use some inside our bread pudding recipe. So today we're making guava bread pudding. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take the bread and you just want to kind of break it apart. Now let me just say from now, this ain't gonna be no low fat recipe. This high carb, high fat comfort food. So you're gonna take the bread, put it aside. You're going to zest an orange. Please don't go down to the white part because that can make what you're cooking bitter. Then take a 1/4 cup to a 1/3 cup of sugar, no more than that. 1.5 cups of full fat milk, but it have to be unsweetened. You could use almond milk. And then you're going to break 6 eggs and add the eggs, the full eggs to this. Then we are going to season this with 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Y'all, I'm sorry for misspelling that. And then a 1/2 tablespoon of nutmeg. From there, you're going to take 1.5 tablespoons of cinnamon. And yes, we need all of it. We're going to take our mixer and we're going to mix this. And we're going to mix this. You don't need to do no fancy mixing, just to incorporate everything. Now we're going to take our little butter and, we're going to wipe the inside of our pan so we could get that nice brown caramel crust. And now we're going to layer this bread and this guava just like it is some kind of delicious lasagna. Now, we use the whole can of that guava, okay? The whole can of guava. You're going to cut them up into nice thick chunks. And that's why we didn't use plenty sugar, because that's already sweet. And then what we could do is we could take the syrup from the can, only half of the syrup, and we could let this absorb into the bread. That's where the rest of the sugar coming from. You ain't need no more sugar. Now we could take our egg and milk and sugar and seasoning mixture, and we could let that bread soak in there. So you're going to soak it I can let y'all see what it look like. And then we could press the bread down in there just to make sure you ain't got no white parts or not too many white parts that ain't soaked. And you should have separated this. I should have told y'all that from the beginning, but you needed to separate it so you could put the other half or the other quarter at the top because you want this to soak in dead good. And this is what it should look like. You're not going to put it into the oven immediately. You're going to let the top soak. Let all of this soak in. Okay, how many times did I say soak? And now we're going to go bake this at 400 degrees for 45 minutes. Good. Our bread pudding is in the oven. It's been there for about 15 to 20 minutes, and I tented it with a little bit of foil paper because I don't want the top of it to be completely dry while the bottom is completely like yummy and just ooey gooey. Also, I'm not making a super chewy bread pudding, which some people tend to enjoy. I tend to enjoy mine like a cross in between the two, and you're going to see why. If you want to know what to pair your bread pudding with, it goes perfectly with whipped cream, fresh fruit, or maybe your favorite flavor of ice cream. And you can use any ingredients, literally any ingredients that you enjoy to make your favorite. Like right now, after I'm finished with the guava bread pudding, I have coconut cranberry bread pudding, which has some Angostura coconut rum inside it that I'm going to slip into the oven. And these ones are going to cook a lot faster or bake a lot faster because they're in the muffin tin. And while we're at it, I want to say that Showman eBistro has made looking through my kitchen cupboards and my pantry and my refrigerator and finding food that I enjoy to make so easy because of so many of the ingredients that they included in each week's meal kit. I mean, everything from ackee and codfish and callaloo, as well as I have saltfish inside the freezer, a whole lot of shrimp, some chicken that I'm actually going to make some jerk chicken bao with for lunch, so look out for that on my Instagram feed. But Showman gives you culinary experiences that you cannot deny that you enjoy, trust me. And so I want you to go to the Showman eBistro website, showmanebistro.com, and you should look out for new culinary experiences that are coming your way courtesy of the Showman fam. We're gonna let this bake, and when we see this again, it's gonna be time to enjoy our guava bread pudding. Move a little tent right here. Oi! I want y'all look at she. Now y'all can see the bread pudding, and y'all can see this is made with love. If you look around the edges have this really pretty brown color right here that you kind of want when it comes down to a really good bread pudding. And then if I were to stick a pick in the middle of this, it'll come out nice and dry, and that's what you want because that tells you all of the egg that you put in there has been cooked through, because we don't believe in salmonella around here. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of BodinePot as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. And if you did, don't forget to leave me a like on the video and then drop down into the comment section and drop me a couple of words. Encourage me. Also, let me know what your favorite flavor of bread pudding is, or if you like it, or if you're going to try this one. And if you really, really enjoy it, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, share, because sharing is caring, and it boosts this video inside the YouTube algorithm for Bahamian, Caribbean, and international recipes. So let's take this Bahamian culture to the world through food. I want y'all to take a look at this, right? Look at that. You see how good this is? I could turn it over on the spoon so you can see, oh yeah, what the inside looks like. It's the inside of my bread pudding. Nom, nom, nom. Mmm. Oh, wow. Hot! Mmm. Mmm. That orange zest, that makes the difference. Yes. I know what I'm doing.